welcome our Tales and Drawing YouTube channel.
On a beautiful spring morning, a larger egg rolled next to the eggs of a duck that had made a nest on the water's edge. Mother duck was waiting for her young to hatch on her eggs. One day, the eggs started to crack. Little ducklings were slowly hatching from their eggs, but the big egg was still uncracked. The mother duck was surprised. An old duck came and said to the mother duck,
"This egg is definitely a turkey egg. It happened to me too. Turkey puppies do not like water. He will never adapt."
Mother duck,
"Well, let me just sit in the incubator a little longer."
she said. The mother duck sits on the big egg for a while. She said to herself.
How long did it take?
Finally, the egg cracked. A big ugly duckling came out. The mother duck went to the water by walking behind her cubs in front. They swam in turn, and the big baby swam in the water. The mother duck thought it was her baby too. But the ugly duckling was ostracized by the other ducks on the farm. Besides, the mother duck's offspring did not take her among them, and the other adult ducks bit his neck and drove him away. The ugly duckling decided to run away from the farm. He came to the wild geese in the reeds ahead. One of the geese said to him,
"We migrate to distant lands. If you can fly long distances with us, you can join us."
However, the hunters who came there at this time shot at the geese. There was dust everywhere. Hunting dogs were wandering among the reeds. The ugly duckling took his head between his wings and hid. He slit it through so the dogs wouldn't find him. The ugly duckling took shelter in a house. He entered through a crack in the wall of the house. An old aunt lived in this house. Old aunt had a cat and a chicken. The ugly duckling didn't get along with the cat and chicken. The smug cat and chicken despised the ugly duckling. The ugly duckling left that house too. He came to the water's edge. He had seen magnificent swans swimming in the water. How beautiful they are, he thought.
I wish I wasn't so ugly.
He sighed to see.
If I looked like these swans.
He also left the swans. Winter was slowly coming. The ugly duckling was swimming in the frozen lake on the water that was getting smaller and smaller. Eventually, the tiny remaining water gap was completely frozen. He was cold with cold. Then a man picked his up and took his home. At home, a girl and a boy loved the ugly duckling very much. They were chasing him to play with him. One day, they chased him again. The ugly duckling fell into the floor grate all white. The lady of house threw him out. Time has passed. Winter was ending. The weather was starting to warm again. The ugly duckling went to the water's edge. He felt so bad that appreciated the magnificent swans floating in the lake. He was sure they wouldn't let him in. He was swimming towards them, saying, "Kill me, kill me!" But the swans were looking at him fondly. The ugly duckling bowed his head while swimming in the water. His reflection in the water was a magnificent swan. At that moment, he realized that he was a swan in all his grace. He was suddenly filled with hope. So what happened to him was always because he wasn't a duck. He began to sway along with the other swans. The people who came to the water's edge were watching them with admiration. A child,
Look how beautiful that young swan is, floating, swimming.
he said.